Look at that. There's Frugal Peanut right now.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
As promised, we're back, and we have our special guest, Dave, the Midwest Picker. So thank you for coming on our show, Dave.
No problem.
To great fanfare.
Special guest, Dave, the Midwest Picker. So
That's not me.
on our show, Dave.
It's not me.
Pardon the echo, people.
Every time. One second, I'll fix my camera real quick.
Hello. Here come some people. Garbage Monster. Lissa's in here. Hello, Lissa. And yes, Nate was grooming his chest hair. We were giving him pointers.
Yeah.
I'm clean shaven myself. Just kidding.
Well, I didn't shave for 2 days so I could fit in with the Beirdos.
I don't know if you're weird enough to be a beardo.
I'm trying to get there.
Your beard qualifies,
Okay, that's good.
but you got to have the weird part now.
Oh, well, that's genetic. I have plenty of that.
Hey,
Harry Humstone's in the house.
Harry. No, it's not a mistake, Harry. He actually came here of his own free will.
That's right.
Hello, Keith.
Man,
Harry?
I'm so pixelated, but I'm not in StreamYard. This is frustrating.
Yeah, you look okay. It just looks like you're 1984, but that's fine.
It's annoying me. I can't stand it.
I know.
I have little patience for this kind of stuff.
Okay, my favorite storyteller is here, Angie Resells.
Hello, Angie. We got your candy today, Angie. Thank you. And those Dreamsicle Twizzlers are terrible. I should send them to Dave to try on his channel.
Well, yeah.
But no, we really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
So how soon should we have Dave introduce himself? We only got 10 people now.
Let's see if we can get a few more in here, and then if we can get 15, we will have him introduce himself. If not, we'll go ahead and get started in a couple minutes. I just don't understand my camera. This is so frustrating. I think it's my internet connection. I'm down in a basement.
So am I. It's cold and damp and wet.
Well, my wife let me run a network cable from the living room's router down the basement stairs and into my eBay office, so she's a very good wife.
Yeah.
Ours
is on the third floor, and I told my wife about running a wire all the way down, and she goes, is this a real question? Like, I need to do something.
Yeah, it works great. At first, I used to take it down after broadcasting and roll it up in a coil, hang it on a coat hanger, and then uncoil it. And I'm like, I'm just going to leave it.
Marcy, an IT expert there. Did you try unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Ooh.
Yeah, twice. Sorry for the cleavage, guys.
Did you take the cartridge out and blow on it?
That always works. It's really not too bad. It's kind of psychedelic.
It's 8-bit Nate.
Sorry, I unplugged the wrong thing. I unplugged my mic.
Don't unplug your
Chuck can take over if you unplug the mic.
Yeah, I can talk. I can say lots of foolish stuff. Hey, by the way, what's he doing? I got a puppet.
Is that Spuds?
Hello. So I was going to name this Cece for a carnivorous cow.
Oh, there you go.
Carnivorous cow. Not carnivorous. I was trying to say carnivorous. Carnivorous?
Carnivorous?
And I kept saying coniferous. And just one of my many talents is not speaking well. But I got a cow puppet today from my wife. She found it and thought of me.
I thought it was Spuds McKenzie from Budweiser.
Sure, it could be. Except it's got teats.
Oh, yeah. In case you get thirsty.
So, yeah, I can always talk to this guy. gal.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if I missed anyone. I've been dealing with camera issues again, but I'm somewhat okay now. So
Jennifer Hayes could probably fix it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're looking better, Nate.
That's the best compliment I've had in a while. Thank you, Dave.
I have bad eyes, but you're looking great.
Yeah, now you look great, man.
Yeah, if I look at myself like this, oh man, I do look good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Dave?
Sure.
For the people that don't know you, but Dave's basically a rock star, so you should know him. Go ahead.
In our world, he is.
No, not even close. I'm not the founder of Wendy's either. My name is Dave Thomas, but yeah, I'm just a part-time reseller, part-time YouTube content creator, full-time registered nurse, husband, father, a bunch of kids. Been selling on eBay since 2002. Took some time off for about 12 years to raise a family. Didn't really list or buy anything. I never had a store until 2 years ago, and then just started ramping up my listings. I got an eBay store. eBay changed a lot. I didn't log in for like 8 years, and I was kind of shocked. You can't take money orders through the mail or cash anymore. But yeah, I just got back into it, and it's just a hobby right now. And now we're in the process of buying a new house. We want to be in a new house by December. So we're downsizing, purging, pitching stuff, donating stuff to charity, getting the house ready to list. So I'm really toning it down. I just put my eBay store 25% off inventory reduction sale. Not sourcing a lot. I'll do flea markets and stuff this summer, but I'm not really going to like thrift stores every Saturday anymore. So kind of toning it down and once we get in the new house, then I'll crank it right back up again.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What how I guess when you were selling on eBay before you took the break, were you doing that full time or is that still part time at that point, or a hobby, I guess?
It's always been a hobby. Yeah, the most I've ever had listed was like 380, and I'm down to like 350 now.
Don't let that fool you, though. Dave knows a lot about reselling.
Oh, I know. I've been in the background on some of his shows, so he knows quite a bit. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you're on Two Hip Chicks for a while, weren't you? Or on and off? Yeah.
Yeah, I would pop in as a live guest every now and then because I've been working from home. Man, I can't believe it's going on a year. March of 2020. We shut down our offices for the health system I work at, and I've been working from home since then. So I'd have my work computer in front of me and my personal laptop above me, and multitasking. And then on my lunch break, I would pop on her channel as a live guest every once in a while. But yeah, every Tuesday and Thursday, I at least try to get into the chat.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been. It will be a year coming up as well, working from home. It's definitely, I don't know about you, but it's been a pretty big adjustment. I
don't really like it that much. I only have one child left at home. The rest are grown adults now and moved on. But yeah, managing a household and just dealing with life while you're working is not fun. And then I miss the camaraderie of my colleagues and, water cooler chit chat and break rooms and potlucks and all that fun stuff. That's all gone.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I guess I miss it because it's like I wake up and then my work's right here. So it's pretty stressful because I'm always thinking like, oh God, I got to respond to this email, or I got this meeting coming up. And before, at least I had like a 15-20 minute commute to kind of decompress after work and even going to work, getting that mindset. But now it doesn't shut off.
Yeah, and then you've got errands and chores, and thank goodness I live in a really small town. So the pharmacy, the kids' school, the grocery store, the gas station, all within 1 mile of my house. So, if I have to pick up a prescription, run to the grocery store, it's just too convenient. I can just leave home, grab something, come right back. Where if I'm at the office 28 miles away, I'm stuck there all day for 8 hours. So there's pros and cons, but I would rather be in the office.
Who don't you miss from The Office? What's his name?
John Doe.
Like, Chuck's trying to get the drama started tonight.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I kick hornets' nest.
I like messing with people that I don't like at work.
Like, what do you do?
Oh, tell them that the boss is looking for them.
Yeah.
Like
Nice.
the VP of the company. Hey, did you get that email from so and so? They're looking for you. Stuff like that, just to mess with their head.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, good times.
I feel like we have the people that are still considered essential that have to be on site, that think that everyone that works at home doesn't do anything, and it's just like we work. I probably work more hours now than when I did when I was in the office, unfortunately.
I do feel more productive at home, that's for sure.
Yeah, same here, because I don't have people stopping by my desk asking, just like you said, you kind of missed the chit chat and stuff, but for some reason people wanted to stop at my desk, and it was like, guys, I got things to do. And I was too nice to be like, you know what, shut up.
Yeah. I probably spent, $50 to $60 a week on lunch, going out to lunch and all. And I save so much money, not in gas and lunch. It's crazy.
That's a bonus.
Yeah, about $200 a month, I save.
So, Dave, I wanted to tell you that I don't know if you remember this, but back in October, I asked your advice on some lapel pins that I bought, and I finally sold them.
Okay.
Not all of them. I just sold my first group of them, though. And I'm very happy with the sale. I paid $11 for the whole box of them, and I sold, I don't know, a group of them for $22 the other day. So
nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Where somebody, I think it was Jennifer Hayes, asked me about some that had Russian writing on them. Oh. And I tried to help her as best I could, but I don't think I was much help. But yeah, lapel pins are very interesting. They rarely make them twice. So once, whether it's Disney or the Olympics or whatever it is, they do a run of them and then they're done. So if they're 15 years old, that's all there is. And they get lost very easily and accidentally thrown away in the trash. So the numbers are always going down, but people always want something in particular, and they're not going to remake them. Like, they could reissue a book or a DVD. They're not going to reissue a lapel pin. So once they're done, they're done. So they do hold their value good.
And Dave's family has a history with lapel pins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your dad own a factory, correct?
Yeah, we owned a little factory, manufactured lapel pins back in the 80s. And I think I mentioned it. I made a video about it. And it was kind of funny when you think about it. I worked with lead. So I had lead fumes that I breathed in all the time because we were casting in lead. And then the pumice to smooth out or grind the pins had arsenic in the pumice. And then the electroplating was copper, nickel, and gold. And that was just a big tank of acid that just vented into the room you're standing in. So I was exposed to a lot of carcinogens back in the day for several years, and it's laughable now, but you'd never get away with that today.
Are you going to be part of one of those infomercials?
Yeah.
Is that too soon?
Yeah, I'll be a spokesperson for a law firm.
That's why Dave at 29 looks like this.
Yeah, I'm only 29 years old. You guys didn't know that, did you?
I feel like you could probably sue someone, Dave.
Well, my dad
only being 29 right now.
Yeah, I could try to sue my dad, but he would just throw me out of the house. Tell me to go play on the freeway.
Never right.
I just want to say hi to everyone that I missed. I know there's a lot of you. Jennifer, Ella, Victoria, Paul, I saw in here, Keith.
Myra.
Yep,
Victoria. Did you say Victoria?
Marcy. Yeah, I said Victoria.
All kinds of fine folks.
Angie. Hi, everyone. Harry. I'm really far behind, so I apologize.
I got a question for you, Dave.
Yeah, sure.
Is there any YouTube channels that you have to watch that aren't reselling related? Like, you got a couple favorites?
You want me to give free endorsements, do you? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Yeah, I go down a rabbit hole all the time. I love documentaries. I love like celebrity interviews from the 70s when they were minor celebrities.
Oh, that's cool.
MMA videos. But yeah, there's oh, you're putting me on the spot. There's a filmmaker. David Hoffman is his name if you want to look him up. He's probably 70, and he was a documentary filmmaker back in the 60s and 70s. And somebody told me he should make a YouTube channel. So he digitized all of his 16 millimeter film and uploaded them onto YouTube. The civil rights in the 60s and the Watergate in the 70s and interviews with hippies at Woodstock. I mean, this guy has a gold mine of documentaries because he made them. And once you start watching one of his videos, it's like 6 hours goes by and it feels like 6 minutes. But yeah, I like documentaries, interviews. I probably watch maybe an hour of television a week and probably 20 hours of YouTube a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've kind of gotten to that point as well.
Mm-hmm.
Where a year ago I thought that was weird because my kids all watch YouTube and I'm like, what are you doing? And now I'm there.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
My daughter grew up on YouTube, and it's like in the beginning I was just like, who actually gets on here? And now I'm just like constantly on YouTube. And she goes, you used to always ask me why you're always on YouTube. Now you are. I'm like, I can't help it. It's addicting.
It is.
Yeah. Second biggest website on the planet.
What's number one?
Google.
Oh.
Google's 1, YouTube's 2.
Come on, Chuck.
And then it's my Facebook page.
And then Chuck's Facebook page is number 3.
Yep.
Yep.
My Facebook page continues to dwindle. I've eliminated a lot of people from there.
I started a Midwest Picker Facebook page. I think I have 4 followers on there. I don't pay for advertising. I don't know how people grow theirs. I don't put a lot of effort into it. I just post stuff, and there might even be somebody. I have a couple people that watch my live streams that don't have a YouTube account, but they comment on my Facebook page. So I know they're probably watching right now. Josh is one guy. Hey, Josh. But they won't comment because they don't log in. So
right.
It's, you might, what do we have right now? It says 17 watching, but there's probably like 15 in the chat.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Is there a way to know like where they're?
I think Nate can. The 3 little dots at the upper right it says show participants, but I think it only shows people with a YouTube account.
Oh,
I think. I don't know.
Well, yeah. So I did show participants, and there's only, and this is including us 3. So keep that in mind. We got 9.
Yeah, that can't be right.
Yeah.
Feels like a lot more. But when I advertise tonight's show, people will just go to youtube.com and search Nateypie or something, and then they'll just find this and they'll start watching it, but they don't have a username and password. A lot of my family members don't have a YouTube account. They just, every time they use YouTube, they just search Midwest Picker to watch my video. And I say, if you had an account, you could give it a thumbs up, you could comment down below, and they just have no interest in doing that.
So you talked about looking for a new house this year. You haven't found one yet, right?
No, Wes, I was just asking Nate. So Chuck's in Wisconsin, Nate's in Indiana. Indiana might be the same as Michigan. It is a crazy, insane housing market. When people list a house for sale, they get bombarded with bids, like 10, 15, 20 bids over the asking price. Houses sell like in a day. I mean, it's crazy. So I know when we list our house, it's going to sell. Within 48 hours, it'll be gone, and probably more than our asking. The hard part is finding a new house.
Well, he's going to go find one now.
Man, you ask him a question, you got him all pumped up for a new house, and he leaves.
He's like, I got to get a house now. What am I sitting here for? His house probably just sold. He got evicted.
No, you know what it is? His wife unplugged the cord. She finally got tired of it. Oh, he's back. 1 second.
Let him back in, dang it.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there.
I told Chuck that your wife probably just unplugged the cord.
Yeah, I forgot to pay the internet bill. But yeah, I was saying it's going to be real easy to sell the house. It's going to be more difficult to find a new one. We're going to have to put in bids on like 10 houses and just pray that we get one of them.
That's I was going to say that's the market here too. Like you have to jump on it because a lot of houses that are selling now around here already have offers before they're officially listed.
Wow.
Like a lot of real estate agents are actually going behind the scenes and trying to get their clients lined up with the house before it's even listed. So once it's listed, you're too late.
Wow.
So
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why it's crazy like that. Because development in West Michigan is nuts. They're putting in entire suburbs and brand new houses, and they're sold when the foundation is poured. I don't know why it's such a crazy market right now.
I just want to say real quick, Bobby, let me know how many shirts you need. I think I'm around 20 shirts, 24 shirts, somewhere around there. So just let me know what you need for your trip.
I got something a little Nateypie-ish on tonight, too.
What is it?
I don't know.
See it. Your light's bright now.
I don't know. It's Paisley. Is that called Paisley?
You're asking the wrong person, but I like it.
You have a spotlight on you, Chuck?
I got all kinds of lights on. I monkey with them.
Hi, Wendy.
I can't get anything right.
I've got some kind of jaundice light going on. I don't know why. I look like I just got home from Florida.
Nice. That's the light I need.
Yeah.
I've had to put my light to the side because from the front it turns me even more white than I already am. So
I look like
ghostly.
Typically, I look like chalk, so I don't know what's going on.
I look like a fat guy from Wisconsin that just lived through a long winter. Go figure. So when you get that house, Dave, besides like the bedrooms and bathrooms and all that stuff you need, if you could get something just outrageously weird for your backyard, like a monument or some kind of landmass, something interesting, what would you do? Anything in the world. It could be an existing thing if you want.
I'm going to pose right now for a monument.
You want a statue of yourself?
Yeah, commission an artist to make a bronze statue of myself.
Nude?
No. Of course there'd be a fig leaf. What are you talking about?
Gotcha.
I don't know. I mean, I toy with the idea of like, we want like 3 to 5 acres. So, pygmy goat and a couple chickens and a duck and a peacock. Nothing crazy, but if it's fenced in and protected from predators, we would like kind of like a hobby farm, just fun animals. I don't know if that's they beat you up, they'll put you in a headlock. It's just not good. But I don't know if that's considered weird, but we're kind of looking forward to having animals, so that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Fresh eggs.
Do you have any animals now?
We used to have a dog. We used to have a cat, but nothing right now. No pets right now. Yeah, Harry said alpaca farm. Not a whole farm, Harry. Just one alpaca. You have to start slow.
Thanks for stopping by, Paul. I know I'm a little late, but if you're here, thank you.
Paul? Oh, yeah, Paul. Paul's here. So you're kind of a teacher with your YouTube channel, Dave. So I'm just wondering, is there any advice that you hear other teachers say regularly that like drives you nuts? Like, I wish they wouldn't tell people that.
The only thing, I completely avoid any finances or any money. I never say, if you do what I do, you'll make $1,000 a week. A lot of people throw that money out there, and just total transparency. When I did my taxes already, and I just laughed, and I said to Mrs. Midwest, "Come here and look at this. My taxable net profit was $294." Because I put every dime I earned back into the eBay business with buying inventory and toner for the printer and boxes and bubble wrap. I didn't make $300. So, yeah, I'm very reluctant to tell people, this is what you can expect to make, or, if you can dream it, you can do it, and, make 10 grand a month. And I just totally avoid that because it depends on what you're selling. It depends on your volume. It depends on your margins. You can't work 18 hours a day. So I always avoid anything to do with money and finances and, pie in the sky type of stuff. I just don't do that. Now, other people, if they're full time and they have 2 employees and they're just cranking it out, yeah, if you mirror that, you can make really good money. But I think people just starting out, beginners to reselling, are just like all of us. That's just a one-man show, part-time. You might make a little lunch money here and there. So I always avoid anything about how much money you can make.
I think a lot of people too, from the outside looking in, thinks reselling on eBay is so easy, and but it's not. Like
No.
you just said, all the stuff that goes into it, because people are like, "Oh, you just made so much money." Like, no, all that goes right back to the business,
right?
Like, and I'm like you. I'm the only person that does. I don't have another person or anything, so I'm working full time plus trying to do eBay full time, and there's just not enough time in the day. Like, and I can't afford to hire anyone. I had my daughter helping me with my social media and stuff, but I had to lay her off. So.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, I think all of us like to brag on Instagram and say, hey, I bought this teacup for $25 and sold it for $100. But how much of that money goes into my pocket? About $10. I mean, that's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
I did hear somebody recently, and I don't remember who it was now, but it's a pretty big YouTube creator, and he said that he had like 400,000 in sales last year. So you're thinking, wow, he made a lot of money. But after he broke everything down, he made like 70 grand. And, if you give those sales numbers, you can make it seem like, wow, you're going to be rich in no time. But in reality, there's so much more to it than just bringing in revenue.
Right. And Wendy did correct me. I do have 2 volunteers. I have Joey and Enoch. So they're unpaid volunteers. So they're not really employees, but she is technically correct.
That's true. And they are lovely people.
Well.
Are they people?
Joey likes to think he is, but yeah.
Very cool. So if your YouTube channel wasn't about reselling, what would it be about?
Arm wrestling.
Really?
How to lose with dignity.
You can't lose with dignity. I've never seen an arm wrestling match in a bar that didn't end with a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Every time.
He cheated. No, he cheated. No, he cheated. No, he cheated. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Your elbow moved. Ugh.
Yeah, you twisted my arm. Yeah. You got to learn to lose with dignity. Yeah, my YouTube channel started out with my son playing football because everybody loves to watch other people's kids' birthday parties and football games. He was in Little League football, and he was he was a superstar, and I uploaded those to my YouTube channel like 2008, 2009. My granddaughter at the circus, just stuff that nobody cares about. And then I have a freshwater aquarium, so I did a few fish videos. Like I had some betta fish, and then my Molly got swim bladder disease, and those actually got a couple thousand views. Wow. And that's how my YouTube channel was. I had like 4 subscribers, and it was nothing to do with reselling at all. So yeah, that's how it started. And then I had different YouTube names. I had Max Guy Dave, Dashcam Dave, Dave the Wave, and ended up with Midwest Picker.
And your biggest viewed video ever? A
dodgeball video, of course.
That makes sense.
It's not me. No. Yeah, it's I don't know, 36,000 views last time I checked.
The dodgeball one?
Yeah, it's a dodgeball video. It gets about 180 views a day right now. It's really slowed down, but yeah, it was a charity tournament. It was a high school charity tournament for a high schooler that had cancer, and they were raising money. So it was like hundreds of grown men and high school boys, and they had teams, and it was just like a ladder event by, you keep working your way down. And my son was on a team, and I was up on a balcony, and I just made a video, and I don't want to spoil what happens, but it gets down to one kid against four men, and I'll let you watch the video and find out what happens, but it's pretty amazing.
The suspense.
Teaser.
So is your recent eBay rant, is that one getting a little viral?
Oh yeah, mini viral.
Is it?
Let's see what we're at right now. 4,609 views.
Wow.
Yeah, I average like 90 views, 128 views.
That's awesome.
And yeah, Kevin Commonwealth Picker shouted me out on that, and it just blew up. And then Lindsey Glenn today shouted it out.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
So are you getting close to being monetized?
I am now.
Oh, you are? Cool.
Yeah, I was monetized. What's today? Thursday? I think Monday. Monday morning, I woke up. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, I was monetized back in the day. When my son's football videos and all that stuff. So back then they had no minimum standards. You just wanted to be monetized. You just clicked the money symbol and you were. So from 2008 to 2000, I don't know, 16 or 17, when they changed the rules, I earned $31.18.
Hey, so still though, I mean,
took me 9 years to make $30. And then, yeah, I remember I was watching, some amateur bodybuilder on YouTube was going on a rant because YouTube changed the rules and you had to have 4,000 watch hours in a year and 1,000 subscribers. That wiped out millions of YouTube content creators. They could not monetize because it makes sense. Why would YouTube share revenue with people that make 3 videos and have 2 subscribers? I mean, there's no point. I'm really shocked they didn't have a minimum standard, but yeah, they saved billions of dollars by doing that.
Wow. I just wanted to mention, since you mentioned having an aquarium, Joseph's Tanktopia just joined us. He's got a very cool channel that's non-reseller related.
Nice.
That's one of them that I have to watch. And he has snakes and spiders. And he had a video this week where he was feeding one of his tarantulas, or I don't know if it's actually a tarantula, but a big spider. And it gave me the chills, but I couldn't look away. It's cool. I like watching him.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of fun if you want to get that little prickly feeling in the back of your neck. Plus, he's a complete nutball. He dances and he jokes and he sings, and he's a cool guy.
Nice. Yeah, those channels do well. I got down this rabbit hole of a guy that owns a African bullfrog that's like as big as my head, and he makes videos feeding it. Everything, praying mantis, mice, others like big Kingsman spiders. I mean, those African bullfrogs are like dinosaurs. They'll eat anything. They'll eat other frogs. It's crazy.
I have no idea.
Yeah, he has hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and that's all he does is feed his frog.
Wow. People are obsessed with stuff like that.
Yeah, they are. Mm-hmm.
I know there's do what, Chuck? Sorry.
I was just saying hello to Miss Taffy.
Oh, yeah. I want to say hi to Lobster. Thank you for coming.
Oh, yeah. Thrifty's here.
Yep. And then Joseph, welcome. Miss Taffy, thank you for showing up.
Sorry if I miss any questions.
And I'm trying to give everyone a wrench, so don't take it personal if I forget you. I'll get there.
I put in the chat that I asked Dave any questions if you got them, and then I didn't watch for him, so there might be some questions in there.
Chuck's ignoring everybody.
I'm just going on along with my weird ones that I had here.
That's all right.
My buddy Corey's here. Hey, man. He's the interview I did on my channel a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. That was a good one.
I'm so old, I remember when Thrifty had a French name instead of Thrifty Lobster.
What was that?
I could never pronounce it. That's why he changed it to Thrifty Lobster. He could tell you in the chat. I can't. It was hard to pronounce. I think it was a French word that meant thrift.
Hello, sea fish. Sea fish? I see fish, I eat fish.
I have fish crackers.
Yes, you do. Do you still have those?
Oh, I got a whole bunch of stuff. Shrimp crackers, fish crackers. Yeah. Yep, Noelle Farm Girl Scavenger was really nice. She's so kind-hearted. She sent me this large flat rate priority mail box full of the weirdest stuff she could find. And oh, there it is. Jennifer just put it. Can you say that? Sparsamo? Yeah, I don't know. It means thrift, I think. Whatever language that is.
Sparsamly? That looks almost German.
Something. Help us out, Thrifty. What is that? Is that Big
Thrifty,
Latin?
if you're still here, can you like spell that out for us?
Translate.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So if you have two pieces of paper, you got to get stuck together, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Swing line or boss stitch?
Boss stitch, I think I have.
Me too. Good
Really?
choice.
Awesome.
Made by Stanley.
That's a great question.
I come with the hardcore stuff. I'm like Larry King.
I'm not used to these hardball questions. You're making me sweat.
I know. I'm over here about to ask him a basic question. Chuck's over here.
Yeah, I know.
Larry King place.
Yeah.
I should ask you the question that everyone's probably waiting for me to ask. So what are your stats?
My stats?
He asked me last week out of nowhere. He just goes, "So Nate, what's your stats?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
like my waist is 38 inches.
Like, who asked that?
Weirdos.
The least wanted question.
How tall are you?
5'8" 3/4. I shrink 1/4 of an inch every 5 years.
You're like 5'8", right, Nate?
5'8" yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they make them small over that way.
I was 5'9.5" as a senior in high school, and then I had a physical, and my doctor measured me, and he says 5'8" 3/4. I'm like, what? Not centimeters, inches. He's like, no, you shrunk. I'm like, great.
I've been 5'8" since 8th grade, so
okay.
I think nothing's going to change, unfortunately.
You're going to go down.
Yeah, my vertebrae are shrinking or something.
You can get those chairs for that, hang upside down for a while like Batman.
Yeah. Those gravity boots. Yeah, I thought about that, hanging upside down. But don't do that after buffalo wings, though. That could be bad.
Ooh, GERD.
GERD. I have GERD.
Me too.
Got to be careful. Do you have obstructive sleep apnea?
I don't know. No. I need a sleep study done.
I'll ask Marcy, and she'll say, yeah.
I have sleep apnea, but I don't know about obstructive.
This is starting to sound like those those commercials about turning into your parents.
We're all good.
When was your last good movement, Dave?
We're all gonna lose subscribers because they're a bunch of old guys talking about their health.
So how's everyone's bone density these days?
I haven't had that checked recently.
BMI, mine's not good.
Oh, mine either. It hasn't ever been.
I like the word mass though. Body mass index. It goes very well. It goes good with my BMI because there's a lot of mass there.
Yeah, mass sounds like muscle when you put it that way.
Yeah. Or a planet,
Or,
I need my readers. What does she say?
Who? Which one?
Ladies first, Bobby. See, I'm losing control of the chat. I don't know what people are talking about.
You're not in control of the chat. You don't have to worry about it. You just sit back and enjoy the ride. This is Nate's problem.
I'm gonna enjoy these hardball questions like what brand of stapler do you use?
Well, I only gave you two choices. There's probably other ones, but they don't matter.
They don't matter.
I'll ask a brand question. What brand of label printer do you have?
That's a good question.
I'm such a dope. I don't even have a thermal printer yet. I have a HP black and white laser.
I don't have a thermal printer either.
I really should.
I get pretty frustrated because I buy my labels off Amazon, and then it's those peel off, and then I'm cutting with scissors, and I got to be careful because they start sticking to everything, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, I don't know if I should get a GoPro next or a thermal printer next. Either way, I'll continue to be broke because that's where all my money goes.
Yeah, I can't decide either. Because I was thinking around Christmas time buying myself a GoPro for this upcoming season, and my wife's like, "You're too awkward at yard sales and stuff." So I'm still deciding because now I'm thinking about how awkward I am. So I don't know if I'll get a GoPro.
You're already awkward. What's the problem?
Well, I can crank up the awkwardness if you ever watched Rally Roots. Ryan Roots bought a fanny pack with a little black window in it where you can hide your GoPro in it and people don't see it. So the audio is not good. It's kind of muffled, but the video is perfect. But you have to like thrust your waist towards people and things you're looking at. And it looks a little, Chuck does that anyway. So
my hands back like this.
Yeah, like this. How you doing? Like my belt buckle, do you?
I need assistance with item over there.
Makes great video though.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Right up till the arrest.
Yeah. You tell the judge, I'm just a YouTuber. I wasn't thrusting at that old lady.
So, is there any item that you've ever sold, Dave, that you swear absolutely not, never, I'm not touching that, or category of item or item?
Clothing.
Yeah, you don't like that either?
I despise clothing with a passion, but then I'm at Kohl's and they have Levi's 95% off. You cannot not buy it.
I mean,
it's Levi's.
You did buy it though, right?
Oh yeah, I bought 8 pair of women's jeans for $5 a pair with the tags, brand new. Sold them for like $50-$60 a piece. But
awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome, but it takes you like 4.5 hours to list because of all the item specifics, and you got to measure the inseam. And I'm like, I don't care. They're just jeans. Just put them up there. But yeah, clothing, I just hate. I got some clothing in my closet that I took off my eBay store. I'm just going to donate them back to the thrift store because they're just such a pain in the butt. But yeah, if I see a vintage t-shirt, a concert t-shirt from the 80s, of course I'll buy it. Things I know have value, but other than that, retail arbitrage and bread and butter clothing items, I don't want anything to do with it.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I had a bad, I'd say I called it an itch because I had one of these kick because I watched several YouTube videos of people selling clothes, and I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be easy. Fold them up, put them in plastic. So I did this terrible thing every yard sale I was at that had nice shirts and stuff, and Goodwills, thrift stores I bought, and it literally took up so much room. And then I got so many messages. Could you measure this? Could you measure this? And after I got rid of that stuff, I actually put it on one of my high bid auctions as a huge lot of clothes because I'm like, I'm done. I don't want nothing to do with it. Someone else can have it all.
Yeah. Yeah, I did strike gold at a Goodwill near me. Every belt, baseball hat, I don't know what, just accessories like that were 50 cents. And they put a little blue tag on them, kind of like a plastic tag. And I asked the lady, I said, why do all these belts and hats and everything have this blue tag but no price tag? And she said, they're all 50 cents. I'm like, oh, okay. So I know nothing about baseball hats, like Chris Cernock does, and I don't know anything about clothing, but I saw these belts and they were real leather, really nice belts. And I thought, I don't really know much. And I looked to the left and there was a men's belt and the buckle was a giant cat head. And I picked it up and I rolled it and it said Articat.
Oh,
and
cool.
I said, okay, no idea what it's worth. It's 50 cents. So I bought it in a baseball hat, which is worthless. I get home. I not kid you not. I spent 3 hours on the internet researching this belt buckle combo. I could not find anything. Non-existent. It's like Articat had a sweepstakes contest and they had 3 of these made and gave them away 20 years ago. They don't exist. I looked on Nateypie, I looked on WorthPoint, I looked on Etsy, Poshmark, Googled it, Google Lens. I've tried everything. There was one that sold on Nateypie for like $200, and that's it. I mean, they don't exist. So it's on my store. I put it on sale. It's like $129.
Cool.
But yeah, it's crazy rare.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Yeah, what's that?
I just said fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, normally when I research something, it pops right up instantaneously, like eBay solds. 99% of the time, it's going to be there. And nope, it wasn't there. So, but other than that, I avoid accessories, and I should probably get into snapback hats and trucker hats. There's a lot of money there. But it takes research. But the John Deere stuff, the vintage stuff, everybody knows that's good money.
Yeah, I agree. There's a bigger learning curve there than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about in where you're at, Dave, but I know around here there are a lot of yard sales that are actually just giving away hats because they put them in big boxes and don't know nothing about them. And I've made, I know it's not a ton, but $15-20 off a old trucker hat or old farmer hat that the machinery company's not around anymore. And it's just like people don't realize that they have a little bit of money right there.
Yeah, Calvin out in Iowa, same thing. They're just giving them away in totes full, and it's seed companies, tractor companies, and people all over the country want them, but they can't find them. And he makes bank on those.
Yeah, I was so mad at myself. The last yard sale we went to of the year, it was awkward because it was a husband and wife getting divorced. So the husband was out in the garage, the wife was in the house, and they were literally marking everything down to about $1 just to get rid of it. And they had to write everything down because the lawyers were involved with it and everything.
Oh.
And I found these hats over there. They're like, they're his hats. You can just have them all. And I'm like, all right. So I set them down. I go, can I leave them here so I can finish looking around? I finished looking around, and I get home after about 2 hours to my wife. I'm like, I left those hats at the yard sale.
Oh, no.
Because I knew I could make about, I was thinking around $30 or a little bit more because some of them were so stained. But it was just like, why did you do that?
Yeah. If you guys watch Kevin Commonwealth Picker, he found those rare John Deeres that are like blue corduroy. They're worth $300 a piece, and he's found 2 in the last couple of years.
Wow,
that's amazing.
And then we have a cap guy in the chat. What a quinky dink, the cap guy.
Hi, Amber.
Cap guy knows a lot of stuff though besides caps.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, I think I forgot now, but he's got thousands of things listed, and he knows jerseys and games, and he'll sell anything. Don't turn around; he'll sell everything. He'll sell your belt right off your pants.
Oh my gosh!
But no, he has a wealth of knowledge too. He has a good channel.
Good. Yeah, that's awesome.
And Nate, I watched your video today about selling on HiBid. I thought that was awesome. Very informative.
It gets tricky when you're first starting out with it, but they're great. They had a lot of patience with me, so I know there's a lot of stuff. I'm like, your system's jacked up. Something's wrong with it. And they're like, well, did you do this? I'm like, no. And they're like, it's you. I'm sorry.
Nah.
But it's pretty easy to use now.
Nice. Yeah, I have some local auction houses around here. I should look into that. I mean, it's easy. You just set it and forget it. Just drop it off with them and you're done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they handle everything. They handle the sale and the customers, and you just collect the money.
I like collecting money.
I do. I like money.
There's a Amish auction that they do 3 rings at a time every Friday, and it's about an hour and a half south of me. And I took a bunch of stuff there when I still had my truck a couple of years ago. And, I was expecting, which they were pretty expensive. They took 45% off. Yeah. But it was stuff I was not selling. It was more like yard sale stuff. So I told them, I'm like, I just want these in big lots so I can get the most money out of them. And I was expecting a pretty nice check. And then they asked me, they're like, well, do you want to Do you want us to send you a check? Do you want to come pick it up? And I'm like, oh, you can send me a check. It's fine. And I'm like, all right, because they didn't tell me how much I made. And I ended up getting a check for like $4.30. I'm like, this did not go as planned.
Probably a good thing you didn't go pick it up.
Yeah, it cost me more money to take it there than it did.
Wow.
There's a gallon of gas.
It's embarrassing.
So, Dave, what's something that you sold one time that you wish you had a couple more to sell, or maybe a bunch more to sell? Like a one-time huge or interesting.
Yeah. There's two, actually. One is a Penn fishing reel. It was a saltwater. Again, I keep using this as scale, but as big as my head. It was a big, fat, red Penn reel I got for $20. Had serial numbers and model numbers all over it. Super easy to research. Sold that for $145. Like it one day. I mean, just boom. Any Penn brand reel is worth money if you can source it cheap enough. But this was a saltwater one. It was ginormous. The other was an action figure. I knew nothing. I still don't, but I knew nothing about action figures, and I bought a tub full from a guy on Craigslist for $200. And it was like, I don't know, 50, 60 of them. So the cost of goods wasn't bad, but they were all vintage 80s, Masters of the Universe, Mutant Ninja Turtles. Nice. I thought, well, they got to be worth more than $200. So I bought them, and I got home, and right smack in the middle was this action figure, a big bald guy called Doc Walbro. And you twist his arm, and his head flips to a walrus, and you twist it again, and it's his head again.
Oh, that's cool.
I had no idea what it was until I looked it up on eBay and about fell out of my chair, because brand new on the card is $1,800. This was used, of course, and it had damage. I sold it for $140, I think.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So I'd love to find another Doc Walbro. Those, I don't know why, but they're worth their weight in gold.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And the Masters of the Universe is the weird. It's not necessarily Skeletor, but it's the one that glows in the dark. It kind of looks like a skeleton guy, but it's a glow in the dark one. That one is worth hundreds of dollars if you ever find that out in the wild.
I used to know all those characters. Wasted youth.
Yeah.
Now I know nothing.
And the prices have really come down a lot. I still have half a tub of WWF action figures and Motu and all that, and the prices have really dropped. And if you have the accessories, the weapons and the shields and the armor, they're worth more. But if you don't have that, the prices just aren't what they used to be just a year or two ago. So people are really looking for the ones on the card brand new. And if not that, never played with all the weapons and accessories, and it looks perfect. But none of mine fit that category, so I can't sell them for like $7, $8 a piece.
Jeez.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
So is there any one color in the world that absolutely makes you sick and you wish you could eliminate that color?
A color?
A color.
Champagne.
Champagne. Oh, that's kind of like pinkish, brownish, weird.
Yeah. I see pickup trucks that are champagne in color, like a Lincoln Continental pickup truck in champagne. I'm like, what are you, Mr. Howell from Gilligan's Island? I mean, that's not a color.
I agree. I hate teal. Teal makes me sick.
Oh, really? What do I have around here that's teal?
Probably nothing, because I've been doing my part to get rid of it.
Yeah. I don't have anything.
Teal?
What?
Do you really hate teal?
I just don't like that color, man.
Really? I wonder what a therapist would say about that.
I feel like he wasn't hugged enough.
Yeah.
He'd probably say, oh, you worked at a crappy job where you had to wear teal t-shirts for 3 years straight.
Like Kmart teal?
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm. Do you need a hug, Chuck?
Yes, please.
So, Dave, I got a quick question for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I know everyone has these, but what, I guess, have you ever had a purchase that you absolutely regret? Not counting clothes, which I understand that, but say you bought something you thought it was worth more than what it actually was, or you either broke even or ended up losing money on something that you care to share?
Yeah, watch any of my videos. I share
I do that daily.
Every video I post, I sold something that I broke even or lost money. Yeah, I have. Well, yeah, I have it right here. A figure. So when you source things like a figurine or like a bobblehead or anything, make sure everything is there. So I found this at a Salvation Army, right? Now tell me what's wrong with this picture.
He doesn't have his hockey stick?
He doesn't have his hockey stick. Why did I buy this? Yeah, it comes with a hockey stick. And with the hockey stick, it's $30. It's pretty cool. Detroit Red Wings, limited edition. It's got Jeep on there. I looked up comps, $25-$30, and this was like $2. I thought, sweet. I bought it, got home, looked it up on eBay, and I'm like, oh my gosh, his stick is missing. So this will probably be donated back to Salvation Army.
I'd sell it as a toothbrush holder or a pipe holder.
Yeah, a
pipe holder.
A pipe cleaner holder. Yeah, I don't know, but I did. I think Chuck saw it. The video I made where I got busted trying to sell counterfeit Lego minifigs.
I think I did remember that one.
That was not good. It was a local auction, like high bid type of thing, but it was a mom and pop. And the downside is you can't handle it. You can't do the smell test. You're not touching it and feeling how much it weighs. You just see photos online. And it was a bag of 28 Star Wars Stormtrooper minifigs, Legos. And there was a bidding war. And I won it for $22. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to retire. I mean, 28 for $22. And I get home and they're really small. So I had to get my readers like this, and I'm examining each one. And I go, and I'm personally a nerd, so this is not a put down. I go to a nerd website, legomania.com, whatever, and it helps you identify minifigs. And there's hundreds of Star Wars minifigs, and there's about 12 Stormtrooper minifigs, all different. And I look at the ones I have, and I go to their website, and I can't find it. I'm like, this is a really bad sign. This is a red flag. I found one that was kind of like mine. I thought, that's close enough. So I'm going to post it on eBay for like $99. And boom, I start getting messages from people saying, hey, man, do you know those are fake? Crap. I said, oh, no, I didn't. And then an hour later, hey, brother, I just wanted to let you know those are counterfeit. I'm like, I got 3 messages within a day from Lego collectors just being nice and messaging me through eBay saying, hey, man, do you know those are all counterfeit? I was like, crap. So I pulled them off of eBay, of course, and they went right in the trash and I threw them away. But, you can't, when you're looking at the picture online, you can't really see it clearly. And there was a bidding war. And I thought, well, these got to be real. And no, they're not. They were fake.
Could you relist them and sell them as fake ones? Because we've bought some like off-brand ones before and made sure that we said these are not Lego, or we knew that they weren't Lego when we bought them.
I didn't want to take the risk of people not reading the description and getting them and complaining to eBay and all. It's just not worth it. So.
And you don't want to earn the nickname Dave the Counterfeit Picker either.
No, I got my reputation to uphold. I'm a choir boy. I'm in the Mr. Rogers of reselling. I don't want to ruin that.
Well, then you should know that people always read the descriptions.
Yeah.
Thoroughly. They always do that.
Yeah. They're sad. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of times people don't. I had a guy return a drill bit because he said it was smaller than he realized. I'm like, dude, it's an 1/8 inch drill bit, and it's right there. It's a drill bit. It's not 5 feet long. Yeah, he returned it. And I took the return, but yeah, a lot of times people don't read. They'll read the title and not the description and all that kind of stuff. So
either that or, in his defense, he might be a handyman like I am, where you just eyeball everything. Like, I think that'll work.
Yeah. I like to measure once, cut twice. Yeah.
If I could.
Oh, man. So that was my worst purchase, probably those counterfeit Legos and clothing. I bought some concert T-shirts from the 90s for, I don't know, $4 or $5 a piece used. This is when I first got back into it, and I'm going to donate them back to the thrift store. They don't even get views on eBay.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know. I always had trouble. So that's one thing. I guess it's good and bad, but high bid. I call it my junk lots, and I'll put my bad buys or just things that are just stale in my store in those lots and just get rid of them. Really, I don't even care. And I was like, why don't you donate it? I'm like, but I can make $1 or $2.
Yeah.
I'm terrible like that too.
I can break even on this.
If I'm lucky.
Yeah. Of course, I got my favorite T-shirt on right here.
Enoch.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Available at MidwestPicker.com.
So I got a question. What? How'd you come up with that logo?
The black and white one?
The one on your T-shirt. Did you come up with that?
No, that's a painting that's behind me. I commissioned a local artist to make that for me.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. I wanted to fill in this wall behind me when I record video, and it does have various funny signs and some framed LPs, but there was a big spot, and I thought, how funny would it be to have a painting of Enoch in an antique frame? I thought that would be kind of ironic and funny. So I contacted a local artist on Facebook, and super nice. Her name's Shelby Palmer, and I messaged her, and I said, I saw her work, and she does kind of eccentric, strange work, and I thought, well, she'd be perfect. So I contacted her, sent her some pictures of Enoch from the 70s TV show, and I said, could you do a painting like this, like a portrait? And she sent me some sketches, and we talked about price, and I wanted like 1 foot by 2 foot canvas, something, normal size. And so she said, yeah, she'd love to. She did a fantastic job. It's like her artist rendition of him. It's not like an exact copy of him. And she messaged me and said, hey, I just got back from the art store. I got the paint. And good news. The 3 foot by 3 foot canvas is actually cheaper. So I went ahead and bought that. I'll let you know when it's done. I'm like, I didn't want a billboard. I just wanted this 1 foot by 2 foot. So for the same price, she did a 3 foot by 3 foot painting. It barely fit in her car. It was massive. And she did a great job. In person, it's got like gold metal flake paint in his eyes and on the planets and behind him and stuff. So it looks really cool. And that was just something I wanted just to add. I never put a frame around it because it's too big. I can't find a 3 foot by 3 foot antique frame anywhere. So that's how that started. And then I did a Teespring store with coffee mugs, T-shirts. Joey's got a mask on here, and so I just slowly sell this stuff just for the fun of it.
That's cool.
You have 3 X's.
What's that?
Is there 3 X's in there
for the shirt size?
Yeah,
I think you can get any size you want.
Sweet. I'm asking for a friend.
Okay. I believe it probably does go that high.
Do you have extra medium?
Like a boy size medium?
No, extra medium.
Extra medium. You'd have to go to MidwestPicker.com, click the link to my store, and then you could check it out.
Nate, you should blow up Dave's picture so everyone can see his room behind him because he has some cool stuff.
Oh,
you know how? I don't.
You're asking a lot.
Let me see if what this does.
Oh, there we go. So there we go. There's Enoch and there's Joey. Joey freaks out people new to my channel because they think he's a real person. I'm sorry, Joey. You are a real person, but people think it's somebody lurking behind me. But see, I got LPs up there all around.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I try to keep it interesting.
I sometimes imagine that Joey's a ventriloquist and you're his dummy.
Yeah. A few people have said that.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
How much would you ask for this?
Are you going to pay someone to take it from you?
No, I was thinking I was going to retire on this.
What is it made out of? Is it resin or cast iron?
Chicken.
Chicken.
It's not cast. I think it's just a resin.
Uh-huh. And not very old, maybe 10, 15 years old?
That I cannot verify. Well, that says TJ Maxx. So this is an authentic TJ Maxx chicken lamp.
Wow.
Pretty rare. I've never seen one before.
I would list it as tested and working.
And it does work.
Calculated shipping on top. $4.99. I don't really know.
Thank you for squashing my dream.
If it was cast aluminum,
No, seriously, I bought that to take to our booth. I think that'll sell in our vendor booth.
Yeah.
Weird stuff disappears out of there. People buy it for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's one thing for new resellers is weird sells, and it doesn't matter what it is. Anything different, eccentric, weird is a good seller. So you're right about that.
Oh, Marcy just gave me a good idea. Yes, I'll give it to my mom for Christmas. Why didn't I think of that?
There you go.
We do gag gifts, and forever we bought my mom chicken stuff. My brother started it for some reason. We were always buying her plates with chickens on it, and she's not into chickens. We just thought it was weird, and we have no respect for her. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, me and my brother-in-law do the same thing. One year I bought him a deck of Richard Simmons playing cards. That was pretty funny. We tried to. Oh, and then he got me an autobiography by Eric Estrada.
Awesome.
And on the back, he's a shirtless picture of him on the back cover. It was good times.
Well, he was a hunk.
He was. Is a hunk. Was a hunk. You got it.
Hunky dory.
Looks like Sue bought a T-shirt. That's great. Thank you, Sue.
Hey, it pays to advertise on our show.
I think I sell like one thing a month, and I think she already bought it. Not sure, but thank you, Sue, for that. I appreciate that.
Are you saying you already bought it before our show? Because that's a real letdown for us.
I think she bought it during the show. Now that I think about it,
probably, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
We are responsible for the success of a lot of people. I didn't know Susan was in here. Hi, Susan. Thank you for being here. I went on her live today, and she said some very nice things about our show. And I owe her money, probably.
Did you say Susan?
Susan, yeah.
Thank you, Susan.
That's Vintage Vagabond Vens.
Yeah.
I just added you. I gave you a wrench, so
it arrived yesterday.
Or if I forget anyone, it's not on purpose.
She ordered it right after she saw the promotion for this show.
That's it.
That's it.
That's the only criticism I have of Teespring is they're very slow because they order it or whatever one item at a time, and if Chuck were to buy a coffee cup with my face on it, it'd take 4 weeks for him to get it.
Is that a thing?
No, it's really Enix. It's Enix face, but yeah, they're very slow. That's the other option is for me to buy these products and fill my office full of them and then sell them myself. But then, Murphy's Law, if I bought 50 Enoch t-shirts, they'd be sitting here for 17 years because they'd be such slow sellers. So Teespring is cool because I don't have to do anything. They do all the work. Cool. But it's just slow.
On Teespring, do you struggle with graphics, the way they come out, or is the shirt you're wearing, is that from Teespring?
Yeah, they definitely have very tight controls on the pixels and the size. You have to resize everything, and it took me about an hour to get the perfect size picture to fit the t-shirt.
I ordered from Teespring when we had our concession business, and we got the shirts, and I felt bad for people that ordered because they were pixelated. But this was 4 years ago, 5 years ago now, but it was just terrible quality. Yeah. And then I ended up finding a local company here in town, but they charged me, I think, $30 a shirt.
Yeah.
It was insane. The quality was great, but I was limping coming out of there. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah. That's not good. Yeah, Teespring has different quality shirts. You got your basic, and then you got your higher end, 3 different levels of quality. And then, like you said, when you upload images, they'll tell you right away that won't work. You have to resize it and move it and shrink it. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty clear for a shirt.
Yeah. Nice. Hey, I got to say something to Tina
Hi, Tina.
resale royalty, Tina. If you'll be my star, I'll be your sky.
Well, look at
Isn't that
that.
nice?
That's like poetic.
It is. It is poetic. If you watch her latest video, it's a shirt she bought that has that, and I just thought it was funny. What does that even mean? If you'll be my star, I'll be your sky.
It means whatever you want it to mean. I don't know.
I think it's weird.
It just sounds really uncomfortable, Chuck.
Especially when I say it to my children.
Oh my god. You really gave this show a weird vibe.
Hey, you help name it. We're Beirdo. I'm like, all right, I can get weird. I'm gonna end every show with that.
Yeah. Maybe I should end every one of my videos with a what do they call it? An affirmation. Chuck, take a swim in Lake U.
Is that an insult?
No, it's an affirmation.
I'm slow sometimes.
It's
I'm the type of guy that can get insulted sometimes, and I'll go.
You're like, he just keeps laughing with us. It's weird.
Yeah.
Those guys really like me.
He's got this evil laugh.
So, Dave, if you could have anyone come on your show, live to talk to you, like anyone, I mean, it doesn't have to be another YouTuber, just anyone in general, the whole world. Oh, look at this. Because pretty soon it's going to happen. You're going to get huge in a minute.
I haven't had a guest on my live yet, so I'm thinking, Noelle, Farm Girl Scavenger, she wants to be one of the first. I would love, who I'd love to lasso is Kevin Commonwealth Picker. I don't think he's been a guest on anybody's live. I don't think. So I would like his. What's that?
I've never seen him on anyone.
No, I don't think he has. So that would be a score to get Kevin his first interview to be on my channel. But you're talking anybody in the world, celebrities and.
Sure, but if you want it to be Kevin, that's cool too.
Polka singers.
This is your dream. I'm just Mr. Rourke.
Harmonica players. I mean, anybody?
Anybody.
Accordion. Gosh, I don't know. Somebody probably really crazy and wild, and I don't know. Let me think about that. Probably Dave Chappelle would be fun.
Oh my gosh,
that'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
I'd get demonetized because he'd be swearing the whole time, but that would be wild.
At that point, you'll be selling nothing but T-shirts, so you won't even need YouTube's money.
Yeah, that's true. I could pay the bills on T-shirt money.
The two Daves.
Yeah, there you go. Break the internet.
I think you need to start reaching out to his representatives.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, you hear about these celebrities that show up at high school proms and just do all this crazy stuff just for the fun of it. So who knows? He might. My
favorite celebrity story is Bill Murray. You ever hear this one where this guy has a story that Bill Murray walked into like a restaurant, I don't know if it was fast food or what, sat down across from the guy, grabbed a handful of his fries and ate them, looked him in the eye and said, "Nobody's ever going to believe you," and got up and left.
I saw that.
Like, that's beautiful.
That's so funny. Yeah, I like the
Gino.
Do you remember when Hulk Hogan had a reality show?
Yes.
Hogan. Yeah, they spent like 8 hours making him up like an old man, and his whole family went to Disney World, and he was on one of those motorized scooters, and he looked like he was 100 years old, and nobody recognized him, and he like fell out of the scooter and just did all this crazy stuff. That was hilarious.
I saw a video once where Arnold Schwarzenegger did that. He was like,
"Hi, Gino."
He went to some gym and pretended to be a personal trainer, but he was all makeup and stuff.
Yeah.
Gino, welcome to the show, man. There's one of the best storytellers on YouTube. He does the same thing we all do, but he's just such a good storyteller. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, that's something I've been doing on my lives, telling personal stories, funny stories. I think last Sunday No, 2 Sundays ago, I told the story about where I got arrested, and I've got so many, I have to write them down like in bullet points, so I don't tell the same story twice. Because I will give me a couple months and I'll repeat it. But yeah, that's kind of fun. People like to hear those things.
So, Dave.
Yes.
Did you ever see Hee Haw?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the guy that did the news on there?
No, I just remember all the hot ladies. I don't remember the guy doing the news.
He looked just like this. He had his
Really?
cardigan on like this, hat
Really?
like this, glass. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I watched Petticoat Junction and Hee Haw.
Am I able to share on here? Yes, I can. I'm going to watch this. This is going to make your day.
You mean the guests can share their screen too?
I don't know. I'm going to try it.
That's a scary thought. Let me try. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to try it.
We got time for this.
We can show our Instagram channels.
All right. How does this Google thing work?
I don't know, it's a passing fad. It's not going to go anywhere.
I think you're right.
Oh God. Sorry, my daughter joined our chat.
Uh-oh.
Are you going to let...
She's the Skyland show where she says, I'm your biggest fan.
Who is she talking to? Me?
I think she's being sarcastic towards me.
Oh. Could be. You're going to let Chuck share a screen?
I don't see... I don't care if he shares. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it.
It works best on a good computer, it tells me. What are you saying, StreamYard?
StreamYard hinting something?
I know. Are you trying to share, Chuck?
I am. What's going on? Can I do it? Can I hit... Wait a minute.
I think Nate has to give you permission.
That's what I'm looking for, but I don't see where I can give him permission. Here, that's
yeah. I remember that guy.
Yeah, that's my new book.
Yeah. I remember him. Yeah, they were only on the air for a couple of years, weren't they? 2 or 3 years.
Hee Haw?
Yeah.
No, I think they had 10 years or more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they started in the late 60s and they went up until almost 1980 or so.
Wow.
Well, I got the Google out.
Yeah, I like this. We can see a bigger screen.
Am I still sharing?
No.
No.
You said that like you're happy I'm not sharing. Did I get revoked?
No. Do you want to share again?
No, that's fine.
Good, because I blocked you. Just kidding.
I can't always ask questions. Sometimes I have to make a fool of myself because I love myself.
Well, I have a question for Chuck and Nate.
Uh-oh.
Did you guys ever sell anything, ship it off, and then regret selling it and not keeping it for yourself?
Well, that's a decent question.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You first, Nate.
For me, just about everything has a price. I have a problem. So for the right price, I can let go of anything. Like I bought this Christmas lot, which I did a video on, and I ended up finding out in the middle of it that they did not take a picture of it in the auction because they didn't go through anything, but it has one of those vintage old ceramic Christmas trees that light up.
Oh yeah.
And it was nostalgic for me because it reminded me of because my grandma always had a couple and stuff. I told my wife I was thinking about keeping it, and then I took pictures of it the other day. I'm going to post it locally. I'm going to price it high, but like I said, everything has a price, even though it makes me feel warm and fuzzy, but so does Benjamin's.
Yeah.
How about you, Chuck?
Huh? I sold it's also one of my best flips ever, but a JFK bust that was from the first Democratic National Convention after he was assassinated, that we had found in a dumpster. And
Wow.
it's just, it was a neat historical piece. There was only 300 of them made or something, and they handed them out to certain people at the convention. And we got our grubby hands on one. And I don't know. Sometimes I think that would have just been a cool conversation piece to have around, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, what have you sold and you regretted?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably my dad's lapel pins from his business. I still have a bucket full, but I had tractor pull pins and Corvette pins, and they sold for $45 a piece. And when I put the tractor pull ones on eBay, I got bombarded with watchers and messages, and they just blew out. I didn't keep any of them. I sold like 10, made a ton of money, and then I realized that was stupid. I should have kept at least one. And then the Corvette pins, I sold a bunch, and I had like 5 left, and I quickly took them off of eBay, and I thought, that's it. I have to keep these because they're one-of-a-kind handmade pins for my dad's business. Why am I selling these? I mean, they're good money, but so I took those down, and so that's one thing I regret. I should have just put those like on a kind of like a cork board and framed it and hung it on the wall, which I still can with some of them.
Yeah.
But you know, when they're selling for $35-$45 a piece, you kind of like see dollar signs, and then after they're gone, you're like, oh crap, I should have kept those.
Oh, interesting. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer Tina's question, I only got about $80 for that because the ones we had found that had sold previously were around, I don't know, anywhere from 125 to 200. But ours, because it was thrown in a dumpster, had a lot of little chips and nicks on it. But yeah, I think we got around $80.
Yeah, Hee Haw was 3 years, 69 to 71, and then reruns after that. Kind of like Brady Bunch. That didn't last more than 3 years, and then it went into reruns forever.
Well, see there, I thought it was on longer because we always watched it. We must have been watching reruns more often than I knew.
Yeah, I have a lot of childhood memories of Happy Days, Brady Bunch, and then I found out later I was watching reruns the whole time.
Gilligan's Island?
Yeah, Star Trek. Yeah, when I was a kid, I watched Star Trek, and they're like, "No, you didn't. It was on when you were 2 years old. You were watching reruns, you big moron." Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
there was
watching like Andy Griffith and stuff on TV Land, and when I started getting older, I realized that it was TV Land, and that means that the shows have not been on for many, many years.
Wow. Yeah, I think when me and Chuck were kids, we had 2 channels with tin foil on the rabbit ears, and you watched whatever was on, and if it wasn't on, you didn't watch it.
And if your parents wanted to watch something, that's what you watched.
Yeah.
Your grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence Welk. God.
Growing up, me and my brother would always make a fort with our bunk beds, and we had this old black and white TV our grandpa gave us, and the only channel we could get on Saturday mornings was the Three Stooges, and so it was like all in black and white and everything. And then I realized when I went to school and talked about it that no kids watch the Three Stooges anymore, or that were my age.
Yeah, we didn't have cable or I mean, when I was a kid, satellite was like 10 feet in diameter, and only rich people had it. But my grandparents lived in Farmington Hills, Detroit area, and when we would visit them when we were 5, 6, 7 years old, I guess they had some form of cable because it's a big city, and we could watch 15, 20 different channels. And that's the first time I ever watched the Munsters and Leave It to Beaver. I had no idea those shows even existed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Kangaroo. Mr. Green Jeans used to freak me out. He was so angry all the time. Like, why is he so mad all the time?
Because of them damn tight green jeans.
I guess. He was like an old retired farmer that was just all crotchety and mean all the time. Not something you'd book for a children's show.
Did he get the ping pong balls dropped on him? Maybe that pissed him off.
I don't know. Didn't he walk around with like a shovel or a rake all the time, and he just like barely spoke and was just mad?
I just remember the moose and I remember the captain.
Yeah.
I'll have to get some DVDs and check it out.
Then there was the creepy dancing bear with the big screaming mouth wide open, and he was just like not saying anything. Yeah, he was like schizophrenic. He was just like he was screaming.
Was that on Captain Kangaroo?
I think so. The dancing bear.
I remember that creepy thing.
Yeah, it's like a silent scream, a big open mouth, a big circle for a mouth, and he just. Can you imagine him dancing towards you when you're 5 years old? I would like wet myself.
I was gonna say that's terrifying.
Yeah, super terrifying. Did you all have the? Yeah, we had. I think every community had their own bozo show. Chicago had one. Grand Rapids, Michigan had one. Detroit had one.
I used to watch the Chicago one.
Yeah, we had one here in Grand Rapids.
I remember being a teenager watching the Bozo show, and it would get to that bucket toss thing.
Yeah, bucket bonanza.
Yelling at the little girl, like, "Don't throw it so damn hard."
Now, I was about to ask a stupid question, but Chuck answered it for me. I was going to ask, that is Bozo the Clown show, but it is. We're good with that.
Yeah, I didn't know, as a kid, I didn't know they were local. I thought that was like some big national thing, and then I found out later every local city had their own Bozo show.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Chicago.
Yeah.
I thought it was just Chicago and it was like syndicated. I know.
No.
So.
Unless ours was a copycat that they weren't supposed to do. I don't know, but we had our own.
Knockoff Bozo.
Yeah. Illegal Bozo. Yeah, I remember yelling at the TV screen, "Put some backspin on that ping pong ball, you moron."
I remember Shazam. Does anyone remember Bigfoot and Wild Boy?
No. I remember Bigfoot on $6 Million Man.
Oh, I remember that too.
Yeah. But no, I remember Shazam. The guy had the hippie hair, long black hair.
Yes, he was like a teenager on that show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had biceps like my pinky finger.
Yes. Well, I think when he was in hero mode, he was okay, but...
Yeah. Uh-oh, I crushed Marcy's dreams. What did I say? Bozo was not national?
I crush her dreams. I've been doing it for 25 years. She's used to it.
Well, I got till 8:30, guys. Any more hardball questions?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really have any more. If there's one thing you could douse in chocolate and eat it that you've never tried, what would it
be? More chocolate.
Chocolate on chocolate?
Yeah.
Can we do
I don't know. I've had just about everything. Harry is supposed to be buying me some chocolate-covered crickets and mailing them to me. He hasn't done that yet.
I would try those.
Yeah, they're a bit earthy, but they're not bad. Probably raspberries. I've never had chocolate-covered raspberries. That sounds good.
Does Gino just know everything, or is he Googling?
I don't know. I've never heard of Bigfoot and Wild Boy. Maybe that was local, too.
It was interesting because Bigfoot could talk, but he spoke like Native American language. I don't know which one, but... But Wild Boy can understand him.
Oh.
What show was this on?
Bigfoot and Wild Boy. I think it was a variety show, though, because it had that, and then there was some show where these kids ride around in a dune buggy, but it was live action. It wasn't like Speed Buggy.
But Nate, nobody else in the comments verifying Chuck, so I think Chuck's imagining this.
Zygon Tiger, Bigfoot and Wild Boy was the best.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I saw you messaging them behind.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
Chuck's on his phone sending text to that guy saying, "You got to validate me. You got to validate me." Yeah, Speed Buggy was good.
I certainly appreciate you being on here, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a good time.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Very glad. And I feel like you're going to blow up soon. You're monetized now, and you're getting all these big shout-outs, and you've been on this show.
I know. I know. I think I'm going to just quit my day job now and just tell my boss to stick it, and I quit. I mean, I'm done.
I would. I think
First thing in the morning. I'd send him an email now. Get a couple of drinks in you. Shoot him an email.
Share my screen and email my boss. I quit.
No regrets.
Yeah. Chuck said I could.
But thank you for being on here, and congratulations again on being monetized. That's
Oh
all.
yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I had a good time. I love doing these. They're a lot of fun.
We'll have to have you on again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you guys, what's your schedule right now that you guys do this?
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday. Okay.
Yeah.
We
Same
alternate between Nate's channel and mine.
Okay. Yeah, I would love to be on again. That'd be fun.
Perfect.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah. Good times. All right, you guys, signing off. I had a great time.
We'll see you, Dave. Thanks
Thank you,
again.
Dave. Take
Yeah,
care.
we'll see you. Take care.
You bet. Bye, man. God, I thought he'd never leave.
I was literally waiting for you to say that.
He just wasn't getting the hint.
You're just like, okay, Dave, leave.
Come on, what's with the old guy? Shouldn't he be in bed? I love Dave. He reached out to me really early in my YouTube career and was like, the best way to grow a channel is to collab with someone, hint, hint, and have them on your show, interview them, hint, hint. And I was scared to do it until, recently. So
I was scared to do this show with you.
What's that?
So I was scared to do this show with you, but here we are.
What are you scared of, man?
You scared me, dude.
I scare you?
Yeah.
Why is that?
You're just a shady person. I'm just kidding.
Greasy. I'm greasy. I hate the lighting. This is stupid, this camera.
Did you not? Didn't someone say last time it was like an auto feature?
Yeah, and I went into Windows and tried to find something to adjust it on the camera. There's no software for the camera. There's nothing in Windows that I can find to change it on the camera. If I open up the camera app, I can play with the brightness, but it still auto corrects and I can't find out how to shut it off. It's just a sad
Did you
world.
YouTube it?
What's that?
Did you YouTube it?
I think I Googled it.
Try to YouTube it and see if someone's made a video on it. That's how I learned how to do everything.
YouTube. How do you spell that? Is that U?
It's U
Tube.
TOOB.
That's how I would have spelled it.
I was going to ask you, not to put you on this. Well, I'm actually going to put you on the spot real quick.
I'm not afraid.
So, do we want to announce our guests for next week, or do you want me to keep people waiting?
I don't mind. I think we can announce it now.
All right. So next week we'll be on Chuck's channel. So make sure you're subscribed, which I'm sure you are. And we're gonna have a special guest, Joseph from Tanktopia. Is that pronounce his name right?
From Joseph's Tanktopia or Tanktopia.
Yeah.
Tanktopia.
He's gonna be our guest. So, and who knows what he may bring his friends, his wild exotic friends. Who knows? But make sure you're here. Oh, there he is. He's still in here.
Is he?
Yeah. So, yeah, he's going to be on the show next week. We're pretty excited. So make sure you tune in to Chuck's side of the YouTube universe.
Yeah, he's going to be interesting. I'm a little afraid to have him on because I think he's missing something. He just ain't right. But it's in a good way.
Joseph, this is all Chuck speaking.
What? I'm not saying anything bad.
No, I know.
Just that he's nuts. No, he's a lot of fun. I think he's going to be an awesome guest. High energy. He dances, he sings, he tells great jokes.
Did you see this comment from Frankie? Very lighting guy. We missed our calling on the show's name now.
Dang it, Keith, where were you a couple weeks ago? 8-bit Nate and a variable lighting guy.
Oh, we're over an hour and a half. You want to say goodbye?
I don't know. It's so hard all the time.
I know.
I hate goodbye.
Like I said, you weren't hugged enough. You need more hugs.
And Nate, if you'll be my star, I'll be your sky.
And with that, we're out. Just kidding.
Yippee.
That was romantic. I love that.
So yeah, I guess I'm ready to end it. I'm hungry. I still haven't eaten.
Oh, go eat.
Since remember last week I was bitching I didn't eat yet. I still haven't. I'm fasting. No.
Well, everyone, we appreciate you guys stopping in and supporting us tonight.
Very much.
Hope you learned or at least enjoyed our conversation with Dave, and then my 8-bit camera and variable lighting from Chuck. So with that, be on the channel, on Chuck's channel next week at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, and Joseph from Nateypie will be there. So with that, we are out.
Thanks guys.